Ask your listener some feedback and some advice. And this can feel scary. It can feel scary because maybe you only have a couple of listeners. It can feel scary because maybe you're fearful of what they might say. Are they going to say good stuff? Or are they going to say bad stuff? Are they going to be happy about what you're doing? Or are they going to be sad about what you're doing? And if they're sad, are you going to take it too seriously? Are you going to quit your podcast? Is it going to affect you in that way? So it can feel a little unnerving in order to reach out to your listener. You might not even know right now where to find the listener, how to get a hold of them, or how many are there. I want to think through this with you, because by getting feedback from your listener, you're going to be able to know how to pivot, what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, what can change. I've been doing that, especially around this time, because of all these biohacking episodes that you're hearing. And my thoughts and my nerves and my thinking of, I think that this stuff is important. I know that it helps everybody in all things, but is it really what my listener's thinking? Is it really what my listener wants to hear? And so as I think through this, I'm honestly scared. I'm actually scared because I'm like, I don't want to hear that it's bad because I'm so passionate about it. And I'm thinking through this with you and the things that are going on with your podcast. And I'm thinking, hey, this is a great learning lesson at this point where I am with my podcast. It might be where you are with your podcast, but in totally different ways. You might not be talking about biohacking. It might be something else. You might be a syndicator. If you don't know what that means, it's okay. A syndicator means that you raise a whole bunch of money to buy a business or buy an investment, a real estate property or something like that. So you might raise money from a lot of different people and syndicate, do a private placement memorandum. Don't worry if you don't know what that means. It doesn't matter. The point being, if you're this type of person and you have a podcast, one of the most common mistakes I see that person making is they go in and they put out content that is good for somebody who operates a deal. The syndicator is the operator. That's the point to this. The syndicator is the general partner. And there are limited partners who add their money. They want to be part of this business venture. They want to be part of this real estate venture. And so they say, hey, I don't really know what I'm doing, but I have a lot of money sitting here. I want it to be working for me. And so I'm going to put it with somebody. And then this syndicator, this person who operates these deals, these real estate deals or these business ventures, these mergers and acquisitions, whatever it is, the operator, the general partner, is trying to attract passive investors. That's their mentality. Their goal is, hey, I can find these deals. All I need is enough money from other people, OPM, other people's money. All I need is enough OPM in order to close on these transactions. So I'm good at finding them. I'm good at running them. And all I need to do is attract the capital. But what they do on their podcast is they ask the wrong questions. They bring on the wrong guests. So think with me, how does this apply to you? There's a way that this applies to you. If I'm an operator of a deal and I'm teaching people on my podcast how to operate deals, then who am I adding value to? I'm adding value to general partners. And who do I actually want to add value to? I want to add value to limited partners. I want to attract other people's money. And so this common mistake for a lot of syndicators out there is that they start asking people, hey, how did you find that real estate deal? How did you find it? What did you do to talk to the real estate broker that gave you that deal? How did you smooth them over to make sure that they gave you the good stuff? And the passive investor, the limited partner, doesn't care about that. That person only wants to know, how do I find the operator? How do I vet the operator or make sure that that operator, that general partner, is going to protect my money, that they have a good track record? These are the types of questions that the high net worth individual who just wants to place capital into these syndications, that person only wants to learn how to be a safe investor. They only want to hear from other passive investors and how that passive investor found the person and how much they're making. And so they can compare it to what they think they should be making. And this operator continues to bring on other operators and ask the wrong questions that adds no value to the right person that they're actually trying to attract.